So the Giants have 15 wide receivers on this 90-man roster, camp roster. 15 wide receivers, man. That is a lot of wide receivers. And I don't even know how all these guys get the reps. There's only 3 teams, man. It's first team, second team, third team. How are all these guys going to get a chance to prove themselves? One term that we like to use around this time is camp bodies. And, again, 15 wide receivers, in my opinion, 5, 6 are probably strictly camp bodies. I don't want to say any names. I don't want to be disrespectful. You guys can do the math. You guys can draw your own conclusion to that. But that leaves anywhere from 9 to 10 guys that are really, really pushing to try to make this roster and be contributors. And just looking down the list of guys that we have here, you got the Paris Campbell, Hyatt, Isaiah Hodgins, Darius Slayton. These are just guys that, absolutely, in my opinion, are making the team. Now with the addition of Cole Beasley, you're looking at Jamison Crowder, you're looking at Sterling Shepard, Wan'Dale Robinson possibly on the PUP, or most likely going to be on the PUP. It's a lot of slot receivers, and that's the joke that's going around right now. How many slot receivers do the New York Giants need? And yeah, that's true. That's a valid question. But we don't know exactly what the plan is for this offense. Yes, there's a lot of guys with the skill set of a slot receiver. And it's just like, well, is there going to be a lot of pre-snap motion? Do certain guys do certain things better than others? Some guys are just proven vets that you want to have, to make the competition even better for the group. And then some guys just really don't even have a chance to make the team. So it's interesting, again, that just the volume, 15 wide receivers, just the sound of 15 wide receivers is absolutely just crazy. But again, it could be all part of a plan. It could be that, health wise, a lot of guys are coming back from injuries, and you don't know when these guys are going to be actually ready to go. Are some of these guys going to be on the snap count even in practice? So you need those extra bodies to fill in, to get the reps as far as for looks for the teams and the defense. So it's a lot of things that go along with why we have so many wide receivers. Again, you're looking at guys like Shep. You're looking at guys like not Cole Beasley. You're looking at guys like Wan'Dale Robinson, Jamison Crowder. These guys, you really don't know how many reps you're going to get because they're not fully healthy right now, or not fully cleared, I should say, to go, unless a report comes out today and these guys are ready to go. But these are just some guys that, might not even be available day one of training camp. So that knocks that 15 down, down to 12. And then now, it's a more manageable situation with some of these wide receivers. And then depending on what's going on special team wise, you have guys that could be gunners, the guys that can be returners that are, pretty much, fighting for a spot on the roster in that way. And it's just weird and both exciting at the same time to see exactly what the plan is and how this offense is going to look. And again, if it wasn't for the open practices, with the media being there, the beat writers and stuff like that, and then fans in the stands posting videos themselves when they're allowed to, we probably won't even get a chance to see some of the stuff they're going to try to do with all of these guys. You definitely won't get that information from the coaches in detail. So hopefully they don't keep it vanilla either. I remember last year you saw a lot of things, a lot of schemes, a lot of plays being ran that never made it on the field, during the season last year. And hopefully, and there was a lot of reasons for that, a lot of blame to go around for that. But you hope that, with the additions added this year, and the coach possibly, offensive coordinator possibly being more comfortable, with his playbook, trusting the guys even more. Again, we heard the interviews with the wide receivers. Darius Slayton made a point of, this is a difficult offense to learn. And we go from last year, making sure that we're in the right spot to this year being more comfortable. And not only am I going to be in the right spot, I'm ready to make a play. And that's like night and day. If you're able to accomplish that as a wide receiver, being comfortable is the first thing, and then being able to be comfortable and make plays is the next thing. And guys like the new guys that are coming in this year, guys like Paris Campbell, guys like Jalen Hyatt, guys that we want to have an impact instantly, in this offense. I think they're going to need the most reps, whether it's with the first or second team. They're going to need a lot of reps to get the verbiage down, to get this offense down, and because they're very, very important. These are guys that have the ability to make explosive plays. Paris Campbell, Jalen Hyatt, they have the ability to make explosive explosive plays, and because they're so new and this is just their first year in this system, I think the more reps, the better for guys like that. I'm not worried about like Isaiah Hodgins or Darius Slade. I'm not worried about those guys as far as rep counts and things like that. Not worried about those guys at all. But guys like Paris Campbell, guys like Jalen Hyatt, even Wan'Dale Robinson, whenever he's able to come back, those are the guys that I need to get these reps. And now with the addition of Cole Beasley, I think Cole Beasley is a real threat in his wide receiver room of stealing one of these spots from somebody. Because yes, he's a new person on the team or a new guy on the squad, but he also has some history with Brian Dable. So the verbiage for him is going to be the same. Most likely the routes and scheme is going to be the same, to a certain extent for him. But again, he's going to need those reps too. And if you would have asked me a week ago if I wanted Cole Beasley on the team, I would have told you no. I got to be honest, I would have told you no, because for me, there wasn't any room on the roster for a guy with his skill set, because I feel like there's a bunch of guys that are also short in quality slot receivers. But when I think about it and I sit back and I think about the injuries and the guys coming off of injury, not only Sterling Shepard and Wan'Dale Robinson, but also Jamison Crowder, that slot, some of those names that are penciled in as slot receivers, it diminishes early on in training camp and in these practices, and you need the bodies out there. And I'm not calling Cole Beasley a camp body. I think he's more than that, but I wouldn't be surprised if he made the team, and I wouldn't be surprised if he got cut. That's where I'm at with Cole Beasley, but I do value the competition that he brings into the room, especially in the summer when you need to be able to evaluate not only the offense but also the defense. Like, just think about the slot receiver. The slot cornerback position on the other side of the ball. These guys are fighting for a spot, and I'll talk more about the defense when I do my breakdowns in the defensive positional rooms that I'll put out later. But it's important to get quality guys out there to keep going against your defense. And when you add a guy like Cole Beasley, you saw him with the Dallas Cowboys last year. He's still able to make plays. He made some plays on us. It's something that you need. It's something that you need, especially early on in training camp in the preseason, and it only makes your team better. What they say, iron sharpens iron, steel sharpens steel, something like that, right? So that's going to be my review on the wide receivers. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. How many of these guys are really camp bodies, and how many of these guys really have a chance to make this roster? So I want to thank you guys for vibing with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And from one Giants fan to another, this is Big Dash Knows, Big Blue Nation. Let's go.